I'm Robinson with ViralHair.com. We are here with...
Hi, I'm Kona Sherwood, and I make fun pieces of art.
Now, we're here at NerdCon in Mount Bellevue, Texas, where she has a table here. And Kona, what kind of influence the kind of art you do?
I do a lot of commission pieces, which usually entails a client coming to me and saying, hey, can I get a Dragon Ball skateboard or something having to do with Naruto on a canvas. But I also do some original pieces. My favorite thing is actually cat skulls. So I do a lot of those.
Now, along those lines, reading up some of the stuff you suggested to before did the interview. Now, you ride
Yes.
a motorcycle, and you've worked on beaches and stuff as a bartender and whatnot.
Yes.
Does that kind of open road type of mentality kind of affect your art, you think?
I'm actually more of a homebody than people assume.
Okay.
The motorcycles was more, my dad had them when I was growing up. My husband got into them, and I was like, you know what, why not? I'll give it a try.
Right.
And bartending was a convenient job opportunity that I actually ended up really enjoying.
Right.
You know, I would rather be at home, but if there's an opportunity for a new experience, I'm going to jump on it.
Right. So then what do you think does input the kind, besides just cat skulls, I mean, what else do you think kind of influences your work?
My parents were older. I was actually adopted by my grandparents, and growing up with that, I guess people would call a vintage mentality, gives me a more unique perspective at the vintage versus modern and combining the two into something that is unique.
Right, and I also read that you do upcycling. Does that play in your art as well, the way you do things? Or?
Definitely. When it comes to shapes and what kind of materials I use, whether it's a cake pan or a skateboard or a reused canvas, all of that comes into play with what I can put on it and what I can do with it.
Right, and look at your work. I've seen you've done some original stuff and plus some commission stuff with different characters. What is your favorite type of stuff to do?
Anything new and interesting, whether it's original or commissioned. I like the adventure of figuring out where it's going to go. I'm not one of those people that, I got to map out the whole thing right now. I'll do it one piece at a time just to see where it ends up when I'm done.
And is there a material you like personally that's a favorite, like wood or metal, or is just whatever comes in your hand at the time?
I prefer wood, but I will paint on anything.
Right. And along with the upcycling type thing, are you more of an acrylics person or oils, or what do you think lasts longer with the kind of work you do?
I do a lot of acrylics because the top coats that I use are automotive top coats, and I feel that it works better with the paint, especially because, I don't know if you can see with this one, but it shows the different grooves in the brush strokes a lot better.
Right.
And gives you more of a perspective of where the brush touched the painting.
Okay. Do you see, along with the cat skull, do you see a motif or a theme that kind of you can't get away from in your work, or is there stuff you like, I like that, so I'll just put it in there again?
I kind of bounce between, pastels and bold colors. I don't typically mix the two, so I guess if there is a theme, it sort of follows a color scheme more than anything.
Right. Is there a excuse me? Is there a project or material that you haven't worked with you think, it would just be so cool to do that, or a project so big you think it'd be a once-in-a-lifetime thing for you to do as an artist?
Currently I'm setting my goals kind of small, but
Right.
I am redoing my kids' rooms. And one of the projects that I have in my head that I want to do, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen yet, is their dressers. I want to take them apart, sand them down, and repaint them with a character theme.
Cool, and since it sounds like since you're more a stay-home person and you are the artsy type, as projects happen in the house, do you sometimes think of how you can do things as an artist, make it look a little bit better, or make things more original in your home, or sometimes just kind of, I'm happy the way things are and go with that direction?
I'm constantly moving stuff around at my house, and it drives my husband bonkers. He will go to work and come home, and the furniture is completely rearranged, and I've got paint swatches everywhere trying to figure out what color I want to paint what room in the house. And he's like, well, I thought we decided on this color. I'm like, no, I changed my mind. That's just who I am as a person.
So there's definitely heavy art influence in the house, then.
Definitely. All over the place.
Right, and is this the first show you've done, or is there other Have you done other cons before, or is it something you look at doing yourself?
This is the first con that I've done. Actually, before this and before my kids, I did music. I sang at Carnegie Hall with Lee College and did a bunch of choir shows, but I've never done an art show or a con or anything. I've actually never been to a con until today.
So is it something with like a one and done thing, or something you think you might try out again in the future?
I actually have another art show this evening over in Baytown.
Awesome.
So, I mean, we'll see where it goes. I'm going to go with the flow, and if I get invited to do more or more pop up in my path, I'll be there.
Thank you. And if someone wants to check out your work or purchase something from you, where would they go?
I have a Facebook page that's Kona's Custom Art on Facebook, and I have an Instagram that's currently under baby.llama.rebel on Instagram.
All right. Thank you for your time, Kona. I hope the rest of your show goes well.
Thank you.